Human society sustains itself by transforming nature into garbage. That is Mason Cooley. I'm Justin, jersey number 14.
And I'm Corey, jersey number 72. There are two types of Alice Cooper fans. There are 70s Alice Cooper fans. I myself am an 80s Alice Cooper fan. As a matter of fact, my favorite Alice Cooper album was released in 1989. It is called Trash. That is exactly what we are getting into today, but we are talking about it in the gear form, ladies and gentlemen. These are among what are possibly going to be the most sentimental favorite episodes because it's fun to talk good gear too, but there's something about like a So Bad It's Good movie. There's something about shit gear you just look at and it's like, oh my God.
What were you thinking?
Right. Like how many times have we talked about like our number ones lately going back to our countdown? Like you had the Maple Leafs, like great gear.
Yeah.
We've talked about the Winnipeg Blue Bombers every fucking day.
Since you suck, Winnipeg.
We hate you, and someone needs to come on this show and tell us what the hell. If you follow the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, or even if you don't, better if you don't, hit them up on Instagram and Twitter. Let them know where we're at. Let them know we're trying to smoke them out because we want answers.
I've been annihilating them on the Twitter machine.
Dude, they deserve it. They deserve it. All these weeks later.
It's trash. It's
awful.
Trash. It is awful. You're the Blue Bombers. Do better. We can help you.
Right. Exactly. We're here to help. We're here to give tips. We're not going to help you out and give you the hockey assist until you give us answers first. We need an explanation, and then we'll talk.
Then we'll figure it out.
Then we'll be nice, maybe.
God damn Blue Bombers.
Why? Why the gold?
Why so much of it?
Why is there that much of it?
It's half of the uniform.
It is 50%.
No.
And there is nowhere in the name is there gold. Winnipeg is kind of, when you think about it, they are similar to Pittsburgh in that Pittsburgh has their colors, the black and gold. You look at the Winnipeg Jets; they've got the different shades of blue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, Winnipeg isn't like littered with sports franchises that I know of, but you've got the Blue Bomb. Like, okay, you're trying to stay consistent there. The hell with the gold, man.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, again, silver maybe acceptable.
Done. I'm in.
I'm in.
Yes.
Gray.
Right.
Cool.
Maybe a little bit of red. You want to rep the leaf?
Just about anything but gold probably works.
Because they clash hard, so hard.
Okay, Phoebus Phantoms. What is going on? Didn't mean to stir that one up, but any chance we get.
It needed to be done.
They're going to get run down.
It needed to be done. It will forever need to be done until we get answers, till somebody's feet are held to the flames. That's exactly what needs to happen, literally and figuratively.
So we're gonna do these from time to time, the trash uniforms, but like we wanted to hone in.
Yes.
Instead of just, overall trash, and then it's just one episode and we're done.
Right.
Because content, kids.
Exactly. That, and we figured it'd be easier to give you, like, you're going to make it through a 30-minute episode or 45 or however long we go here. A little easier if we did just all trash.
Yeah.
Dude.
We could be here all night.
We would need 8 balls in here. We'd both be looking like Scarface. Because it would be necessary. We could go that long. And eventually there would be live Z's coming out through the airwaves.
Good times.
Oh, 100%. 100%. But we've got to divide it up that way because, content. And we give ourselves parameters, too, that way. That way we can hone in on one area in particular, and today the NBA. And the NBA is always... I love talking NBA because you and I both have, like, basketball gear is not an investment we're making with our money. But, man, if it's something that could be pulled off, it would be heavy in the wardrobe.
Yeah.
There would be options there.
But I also love that with the NBA, it appears to be feast or famine.
Yes.
There isn't very many that are like, that's all right.
Yeah.
Save for maybe the Brooklyn Nets.
Right.
That there's nothing offensive happening there,
Yep.
but also I'm not going out of my way to get that.
Like I have to have it.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas you have the Suns, consistently great gear.
Yep.
You got the Lake Show,
Yep.
always great gear. Or You go the other way, and we will start getting into that. I didn't mean to. So what we decided to do is we're going to set up a tent pole.
Yep.
Only one since it's the NBA. And I believe we were on in agreement on this because we both thought it initially. The Weatherspoon Sixers.
They're awful. It has to be, dude. And
So-
I'm a Sixer fan, but they are the early 90s, the star swoosh thing, whatever the hell you want to call it, the Sean Bradleys.
Yeah, like
Dana
Chuck's
Barros
last year.
Yeah, the reason why he probably wanted to get the hell out of there and go to Phoenix.
Can I go to Phoenix now?
Yeah, can it get me out of these for the love of God? The Dana Barros years, they're just that. When I think, I don't know, and that's why it was funny that you said the same thing, because I was like, okay, am I biased as a Sixers fan that I just immediately go there? But I think trash NBA gear, those are the ones I automatically go to.
And I have no idea what they were doing. Like it's, and
I
again,
don't think they knew.
you guys have solid gear
Overall,
in
absolutely.
the wardrobe.
Yes.
Like almost every uniform before and after.
was decent.
At
least.
best,
Right.
or at worst.
Right.
What the fuck was
Dude.
that? It's like a blip.
Bad trip.
Yeah,
Bad
Like,
trip.
Ooh, let's have these for a couple years. Please don't. Well, you did. So
When it hits the wrong way, that's what you get. And that, I feel like, started, because that was, again, early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
That started, I don't know if that was necessarily the inspiration, but from there, that entire decade as a general rule just got weirder and weirder.
I tried really hard to get out of the 90s. I think every single one of my answers is 90s. Because it was just not a great decade for basketball, except for your traditionals, your Bulls.
Yes.
Again, I don't like the Bulls, but they have really good gear.
Great gear. We almost put them in the
Sonics.
iconic conversation,
Yeah,
the Bulls.
the
Yeah.
Sonics, of course.
Oh, dude.
Like pre-Peyton and during Peyton.
Uh-huh.
Those are great years.
Yeah.
You have the Spurs, forever
Yep.
great gear.
Yep.
Maybe a bit understated, but like it's
Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
There's good gear in the 90s, but it's
Yes.
the same teams that are good now
Right.
and were good before.
Right.
Then you
That
have
were
people taking
consistent.
chances.
Way off the board. The train fucking went way off the tracks on some of these.
So I know you had mentioned that you tried to go a little bit more current. So I think I want to let you go first because I don't want to just
Okay.
trash the 90s.
Yeah, no, and that's because I had a feeling, and we did not discuss this, just in the interest of full disclosure. We set the parameter as just NBA trash gear.
Mm-hmm.
Go where you will. 90s convos with us have been a theme a lot.
Yeah.
So I thought about it when I was putting mine together. I says, man, the 90s are probably going to be present in Justin's. There were going
lot.
to be a lot of bouncing off each other. I said, okay. Let me try to work some other trash in, because it's not, the trash is not exclusive to the 90s decade. It is very prevalent there, and that's the theme of the 90s for sure. But there is other stuff as well. So, with that said, I'm going to throw out first in this conversation, I'm going to throw out and nominate the Washington Wizards gold jerseys.
Oh, dude.
So you remember.
Uh-huh.
You remember. They are just so many levels of just
The Agent Zeros.
yeah, man. The Deshaun Stevensons. Those jerseys look like they look like they smell like urine. They're not good. And the Wizards, like when you talk about the Wizards, not the current deal, but like where they have now kind of like the Washington Bullet-esque style. I'm talking like, we're the Wizards, this is our identity, we're going to be goofy. That entire like operation was just strange. None of it really looked good, but at least the Blues were kind of like, okay, whatever. What the hell with this, man?
Again, full disclosure, I do have the other Agent Zeros, the Blues.
Okay.
Because
they
not a fan.
deserve it. They
Yeah.
deserve it.
The Woo Wizards is what we used to call them in high school. The Woo Wizards. But no, I saw when I was looking up Wizards gear, these gold ones popped up, and I was like, oh,
Gross.
these
Right.
are far and away worse than their inaugural gear. These are just bad. Like
They are.
I'd love to elaborate, but
It's
gold is so rare to work.
100%.
Period.
Yep, right.
Like we trash Winnipeg every week for
deservedly so
for their amount of gold.
Yeah.
And I guess like where does gold fit in with the Wizards?
That's what, dude. It in looking at those blues. Goddamn, I stuttered a lot there. But looking at the regulars, it was an accent color. It's fine as an accent.
Yeah,
it's okay. Like I'm not. Again, that era Wizards, nothing was like, yes, I would like. But you can't. The gold works to me. The only team in sports it works for, New Orleans Saints.
Yeah,
49ers as well. I'll
their
give
helmets
you that.
for sure.
Right. Other than that, maybe I'd have to think. These, especially on NBA, dude, like these are, we're talking tank tops here, man.
Yeah.
Like, what? Why? And then you have like the black draped over the shoulder, kind of, that there's like an awkward star. There's 3 stars above the last name. Like it's 3 stars down the side.
No.
Why the stars? Why are they there? What is the significance? They are just clunky.
Does this work if it's a different color? I mean, I don't think so, but like, am I hung up on this gold?
It's definitely, I think, and you know what it is too, man? It's not so much, the gold is awful, but there's like a weird like shine to it. The texture of the jersey looks like if you touch it, it's like nylon. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I get jersey's texture. I get it. But like, man, you couldn't have made this look a little less like grandma's house?
I have no idea what they were thinking here at all.
Yeah.
These were these like an alternate? These have to have been.
I think they were. I don't know if they were a primary, but they wore them enough. And I was just about to say, apparently nobody ever wore these except for Gilbert Arenas.
I know, right?
If you Google Washington Wizards gold jersey, it's just Forever Agent Zero.
Ew.
Just
concept guy. Fucking
God. Why?
What the hell is this?
Oh my. Okay, so these are these crossovers. I hate these things. Concept guy is bad enough.
Just out of control.
Then you have crossover guy who, let's take like hockey teams and give them NFL style gear or whatever. These particular ones is a picture of Dwayne Haskins wearing what the Wizards gear would look like if they were an NFL team.
You know, I don't hate that helmet, but it's not great.
The helmet's fine. That doesn't offend me at all.
But it's the Wizards.
Like you can't take basketball. The name goes across the front like that. That's not a thing in football.
Nope.
Like, be more creative, man. You can shrink the Woo W down a little bit, put it underneath the NFL logo if you're going to be that guy. But, dude, these concept people on the internet, man, they just want attention. I'm convinced that's all it is.
You know what's funny? So I'm looking at these blues and the whites as well. Like, something about the arc of the team name.
Yeah.
I don't like. And
it's very weird.
And it's not the same with these golds. Oh, look. I think that's just the way it's hanging on.
Kind of,
yeah,
maybe?
I don't know, man. It's just none of it works. Like, absolutely none of it. None of this works at all.
It doesn't. And the word Wizards also looks asinine on the front of, like, a uniform. It's just foolish. That name period is bad, and then you drape them in just wallpaper, and come on. It's just terrible. Here we go.
So I re-stumbled across these I think last night when I was putting a finalized list together.
Okay.
I'm trying to make sure I find the exact ones. Here they are. So I'm going 1990s to start it off. The Milwaukee Bucks.
I knew these were going to happen.
So I mean, you look at these big dogs, the purples, and it's like, now, are these elite level? No, but these are solid uniforms.
They're fine.
Even these greens would be fine, except for the fact that you have Bucks in gradient for whatever reason, and you have a giant freaking deer
on center deer head.
No.
Yep.
What are you doing? I get it. The name is the Bucks. I get it. You want to incorporate that into the logo? Cool, man. You know, I get it. That it makes sense. Why are you putting that on the uniform, man?
Well, and it's like you said, it's not just, you don't just get a deer head or an antler. Like, they put the back of the deer just so bad.
Oh, God, that is awful.
Underneath the number. And I mean, look, man, I think green and purple can work. I don't think it's terrible at all. The color schemes, you know, it's different, but different's okay. That jersey is way too busy. You cannot have a color scheme like that and go that far out of bounds. You just can't.
Like, just that logo itself is not good. Like,
yeah, dude,
it's showing up on a mug here and a pillow, and it still just looks awful. It just does not look good.
Right.
Let's throw it on a jersey too. Okay.
Let's put the deer everywhere.
Oof. That is just bad. Again, the color scheme, you know, it's not my favorite, but, you know, purple as the primary, green as the secondary works better.
Yeah.
But I can get behind green as the primary, purple as the secondary, if you don't put a fucking deer on your jersey.
I know, dude. It's funny because when you think 90s NBA, this to me is like, if you were to go 90s NBA Mount Rushmore junk gear, these got to be up there.
They
man.
have to, right?
These are one of the first. It's fun because this was one I had, but I was like, I want to bring other trash to the conversation because it is so bad. It is so bad.
I get you want to take a chance, but come on, man. Like, that's entirely too far.
Yeah, that made it through a lot of levels of approval. Like, I mean, I feel like any of these things do. And, like, nobody along the way goes, hey, the buck stops here with these, no pun intended.
Let's not do that.
Right. Like, can we not maybe with the deer?
How does nobody say, nah, you know, let's try that without the deer.
Like, can we maybe... You want to try antlers by themselves somehow? Like, maybe we can try that. But, like, no, let's put the whole thing in there. Let's put the whole thing.
And then the gradient letters on top of that.
Right.
No.
There is so many levels of bad to that thing. When you see the potential there with the purples and the like you said, even the green ones. I like the purple with the green as the secondary. Like, it's okay with just bucks and the font. You know what? If you want to do something with the horns somehow or deer antlers or whatever you call them, I don't know. I don't hunt. But yeah, they are way busy. They are way, way too busy.
Busy, for the most part, does not work with basketball gear.
Yeah, you don't
simpler
have
the better.
Yeah, dude, you don't have a big. There's not. They're wearing tank tops, man. There's not a lot of canvas. You know, simplicity is key in the NBA.
So we got them Milwaukee Bucks in here.
I'm so glad they got mentioned. It is a win already out of the gate. Okay. Give me the Oklahoma City Thunder Turquoise Statement Edition.
Oh, boy.
I know that's a lot to take in, and there was a lot to pick from Oklahoma City because there's a ton. But I always saw those. There is not a lot of good. And these are the ones, And you know what it is, man, with these? It's the logo.
Yeah.
I am okay with that color. I think you got to do a little... You got to have an accent around the sleeves and around the collar.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yes.
But other than that, I like the color, man. I'm okay with the base color of the uni. But I can't. That logo is distracting. I've watched games and I've seen them in these things, and I'm just like, I can't get past it, man. It's that logo is distracting in a word.
Strangely enough, this is a weird thing to pick out. I love this number font.
The number font is awesome.
I love the outline around the number, but you look at it, and I am very much not airport code guy.
Yeah.
I normally can't. Oklahoma City is one of the few exceptions to the rule because it's such a long name.
Yeah, look at it.
So you got this.
That does not belong on the front.
No,
all of it.
That's too much. Don't do that.
Yep.
This one, same. This is some of the worst gear probably ever. Like,
they're terrible.
They
man.
have a pretty trash. Like, what is this?
Yep.
Oh God.
Yep.
That is awful.
The gray, they're a statement edition as well, I believe. The NBA does a lot of goofy stuff with gear, but it's got OKC and like the slashes across the front.
Oh no.
You know
These
what
are okay.
sucks too? They're not bad, the whites with the Thunder. It breaks my heart because we went from this used to be the Sonics, man, which were like cream of the crop.
Some of the best gear in the history of the league.
And now this, man.
There's like one good jersey
that's passable and it's okay. Yeah, the rest of them are just.
I don't know what this is. This is not good. Like, I want to throw I mean, I'm glad you came with something specific, but I want to throw the whole team under the bus. Like,
they belong. I threw an entire team under the bus.
I don't like
elsewhere on my countdown though.
I don't like the name.
Yes, I agree.
Oklahoma City Thunder doesn't do anything for me. Oklahoma, like, I don't know. I wish they could have figured out something else other than calling it Oklahoma City, maybe.
Right. Tulsa.
Sure, like anything. But the Oklahoma City Thunder it's too much, and Thunder on its own. We've talked at length about that. How that bothers us.
Yeah, dude. It's
concept guy going in.
I mean, concept guy.
Concept guy is almost as good as the regular gear.
I was going to say, I'll give concept guy a pass on trying to fiddle with the Thunder because it's like, okay, if I get a little a little faded, I can probably do something better than they have, dude. Yes.
Oh no.
There were these like a few years ago, and I remember like just flipping through the TV on like a Friday night, and you come across the NBA, and they had these on, and I just like, why?
It is just a closet full of junk.
It's not very good, man.
Just all of it. What is?
Yep, that's a Christmas edition Thunder jersey.
Like they even tried to do the we'll be simple,
and it's bad.
Are we just? Is it really just that trash, or are we just angry that we lost Seattle?
Oh man,
I think it's really just that bad.
Well, I think it's both. Because Seattle is forever like sentimental. Everybody loved the Sonics that is of a certain age, but it's 100%. Like even if you take the Sonics out of it, I don't think you look at these and go, need one.
No,
you know,
no. Well, and this is a solid color scheme too. Like,
yes,
I don't know how you effed this up so bad. Like here you have this the whites with the light blue. Like these are okay.
Yeah.
Like the Durant's, like probably when he first came to the team.
Yeah, you know what I think it is, man, is they have they have a lot of different colors, man. There's like 6 colors on that thing.
Uh-huh.
And there's too much, man. I'm talking about like the base home and road OKC jerseys. There's too much going on. There's too many colors,
orange.
man.
What is this? I never even noticed this before.
Just junk. The stripe down the side,
yeah.
Man.
So, like, on the jersey, there's a black in the middle surrounded by some orange piping, and then it turns into blue in the middle with orange piping with even more black. Like, what are you doing?
It's too busy. Like, you can get 3 colors. I'll give you 3, maybe under certain circumstances 4. You don't get 6 and 7. Like, pick a lane, man.
All right. I feel like I gotta go here.
Okay.
Because these are garbage. I never liked these. Here we go. I'm going with the Sean Kemp era Cleveland Cavs.
Yes.
So Cleveland's like straightforward plain uniforms, like the Craig Elos, like there was nothing great about them, but they were passable.
They're okay.
They were, it's an okay uniform.
Right.
They land Kemp, and I guess they're like, you know what, we need to move some uniforms. Let's change the gear. What the fuck is this?
Yep. That I'm never a fan, really. It kind of works on the Sonics a little bit once they started working the red in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm never a fan of like team name being like, we talk about this with the Rangers in hockey. I'm not really a big fan of like, let's slant. Let's put the name in a goofy way. So you've got that Cleveland that's slanted, that weird like swoosh thing of light blue across the front, and then you put the number off center in the swoosh.
And then again, this is nitpicky, but the font I hate.
Yes, it's just none of it. It's funny because putting the list together, I ended up putting 3 words is one of the things I have on my list. Anything Cleveland Cavaliers, because I was perusing and I'm like I don't. My heart said these were the worst because I do think they are, but it's just like my God, everything they have is just a mess for the most part. Like you said, the Craig Elos, the Mark Price years are okay. Like the blue and
middle
orange,
of pack.
all right. But then they just got egregious, starting with these. And I mean,
these homes are slightly better because you're not trying to jam Cleveland in there. It's just Cavs.
And Cavs is straight. Why is it? So you're slanting Cleveland only because you can't fit it on the front.
Yeah, clearly. So why not? I don't know. I don't know what you could do. I mean,
I know, man. I know.
It's just, this is not good gear.
It's junk.
It's junk, and that's why it's here.
There's a reason it is in our trash category. They definitely deserve mention. Everything, just give the Cavs. Get them out of here. Okay. So my next direction I'm going to go with, give me the Chicago Bulls 2018 City Edition. And I wanted to throw this in because it is A, grotesque, and B, as we said, the Bulls typically have good gear. They have nice stuff. We almost put them in the iconic category. They deserve mention there. These things, though, the black ones, what in the hell?
The one with the Chicago flag?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that doesn't make it okay.
I was going to say, see, I did not know that because I don't know Chicago like that, but I mean, it makes sense, I guess, City Edition. I figured that thing, whatever it was, somehow had to do with Chicago because City Edition.
There's plenty of places I've seen the Chicago flag get worked in, like Punk used to rock it on his tights.
As you said that, I looked at those little stars or whatever, and I remember them being on his gear. So it makes... Light bulb just went off as we're on the air.
But that is terrible. You're the Bulls, man. You're the Chicago guy.
Right.
You made Cursive Chicago work.
Yeah, right.
I hate that. I hate that as a choice.
It's not good.
But it looked fine. Like Jordan's first couple years in the league. I'll take it. It's
black,
fine.
Red, and white. Like it's a
win color scheme.
Yes.
They did the black gear with pinstripes.
Yeah.
Like the Kukoc years, and it's fine. Like everybody else is getting crushed for that.
Yes.
The Bulls did okay with that. And then you do this. You're the Chicago goddamn Bulls.
I know, dude.
You have a closet full of great gear.
Yep.
Why not pull out the pinstripes?
Yeah, right. No, let's go. Let's put light blue in there. Now I don't know if those are the colors of the Chicago flag.
Yeah,
it
is, but still, let's put the Chicago flag on. Oh, come on.
It's not.
I get the concept of City Edition, but like again, we've pointed out a million times. Minnesota and Miami,
dude.
They didn't put their stupid flag.
Right. Like if you're, I don't know off the top of my head who's from Chicago, like musician wise or whatever.
Almost everybody.
I was gonna say there's a lot. There is a lot to pick from. I can't name a bunch off the top of my head, but I know
Smashing Pumpkins are from there, which you're probably not putting them on your gear. But Kanye West is from Chicago, 2018. I think you're looking at Crazy Kanye already.
Right.
There's a lot of people out of Chicago.
Options.
You have options.
Like you said, Minnesota went Prince. Let's honor him. Miami honored Miami Vice.
I mean, there's any number of things. Ditka.
Right.
Go Bears colors.
Yes.
That works for me.
Right.
Like, I know that's not the Bulls colors, but it makes sense to me.
It's an homage.
Something that Chicago is known for.
Right.
Your flag. If it looked good on the jersey, I'd give it the pass.
Right.
But it doesn't.
No, it's just everything looks so out of place on that thing, man.
Again, I could forgive the color scheme because it makes sense with the flag, but it just doesn't look good.
No, it's just clunky.
I don't like this either, but I don't think this. No, that's real. I don't know
Yep.
what it is, but
Yep.
it's real. That's not good.
Just the logos across the front of an NBA jersey is not.
It's never a good look.
Nope.
Oof. See, look at that, man. Look at that perfection.
The princes are.
Look at this. I like the
Exquisite.
Charlotte, the Buzz City. I like that.
Yeah, the city editions are cool, man.
Look,
Some
here,
of them
this
are.
is a city edition Chicago where they went cursive Chicago, like old school. Like, why wouldn't you
And it's
just do
fine.
that?
Right.
That is fine.
Yep.
It's an homage to your squad.
Exactly.
And you're not going way out of the way to make your team look like idiots.
Yep.
Oof.
The bad thing is with the city editions is as great as some of them can be, the bad is bottom of the barrel level bad.
Oh. You know what? I'm going here
Uh-oh.
because none of it makes sense. And like I remember at the time being okay with them. But history does not look kind on them at all. The finals uniforms for the Utah Jazz.
Okay, yeah, dude.
The mountains. Why? Like, okay, again, I get it. Utah.
Right.
I get it. But change the team name then if you want to put mountains on your gear.
That's what it is, dude. It's like since when the Jazz start in New Orleans makes all the sense in the world.
Mm-hmm. There's a line from Basketball at the beginning of the movie where they talked about teams relocating.
Uh-huh.
And the line for Utah, the New Orleans Jazz moved to Utah where they don't allow music. Cracks me up. Because, yeah, why the hell are the Jazz in
Yeah.
Utah? Now, just on paper, Utah Jazz is fine. It
Yes.
works. It works.
Yep.
This does not.
Dude,
Like the Stockton era Jazz, like just before they go to the finals, like
Yeah.
just the Plains,
yep.
and actually their current gear, say Magnifi.
For
I
the
like
most
it.
part is okay. Yeah.
Like they dumped the mount. Now the mountains again, I think are their alternates. They're their
I think
thirds or
they do.
fourths.
I think they do
Which
now.
why? Can we just leave these?
Yeah, leave them. Leave
just
them.
forget
in the
it ever
past.
existed because this is not good. This is not a good look.
It's not. The '90s had a thing with purple, which again is fine. That font is kind of goofy. The mountains and everything. Again, it just none of it works. None of it is cohesive. None of it.
None of it says jazz.
No, except literally the words.
Yeah.
That is it. That is it.
Oh my God. You had Karl Malone and John Stockton in the finals in this.
Rocking these.
And your man, Greg Ostertag.
Because every NBA team in the '90s had a big white dude.
Look at this. I don't know about this.
Those are the city editions. Yeah, those are kind of.
But this is better than that.
It is.
Barely, but.
It is. Those mountain things are just strange, man. None of it is. It's just out of place, dude.
It just doesn't look right.
The name Jazz, because of the mountain design, is so far down the jersey that it makes no sense. It makes nothing about those clicks. Nothing. Nothing about them. But then again, 90s.
90s.
90s NBA.
Where does that put us? This will be your fourth?
Yeah, this will be my number 4. So I'm going to throw into the fire. And there's a lot of junk here to pick from as well with this franchise. The current Indiana Pacers get-ups. There's not a lot. The Reggie Millers.
Those are fine.
They're okay.
The dark blue pinstripes are okay.
Yeah. But everything else, for the most part, Indiana is one of those just franchises that has never really had. I've never looked at Pacer stuff and been like, yeah, I'm on board. You know what I mean? It's just kind of there. And then they went to these things that they've got currently, and it's just, I don't know, they're bland, particularly the whites, where you've got the Indiana Pacers like circling around the number.
Ugh.
Why?
There they are.
They're just, man.
Well, again, like they don't have a lot of good stuff in the closet either. So it's not like I can go, oh, this, again,
Right.
the Reggies, the finals year,
Yes.
like they wore the dark pinstripes. Those are okay.
Yep.
Literally everything else is pretty much hot garbage.
Bad. I you know what? I'm okay with like the new statement edition like these, the updated version of the ones with the kind of swoosh. Those are okay. I don't love them, but okay. But again, comparable.
This is garbage.
Those things, yeah, with the Pacers down the side, and you've got this picture of Victor Oladipo. You got the number 4 in a circle. I mean, the logo is goofy as hell.
Okay, this ain't so bad.
No,
That's okay.
that's all right.
Which I feel like is the best we're gonna get. Is okay.
Because Pacers, right?
Yeah.
There's just not, history's closet is not very kind to anybody when it comes to the Indiana Pacers. I just went, the current ones when they went to those with the circle and the name in the front. Like, what are we trying to do? Why?
Oh boy.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with another team that I don't like their current gear. But there is an even worse uniform in their closet. The Golden State Warriors.
Okay.
I really do not like their currents. These I don't like the city ones.
The city ones aren't good. Yeah.
I don't like there's one that says, what is it? It has like the train on it.
Yeah.
I can't remember the town. I don't like this.
They're not good.
And then on the back it has like the trolley, even just their regular home and aways, like with the Golden State Warriors like 30th anniversary or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just not good.
They're not
That
good.
isn't even that. That's Curry's number 30.
That's
just,
like their old school. They did use that logo back in the day, though, if I'm not mistaken.
it doesn't make it right.
It doesn't. It does not.
I don't like it, especially when they've had some salt, like Latrell Sprewell when he first got here, Chris
Yeah.
Mullins, like those years to Tim Hardaway's.
Yep.
Those are fine.
They're all right.
And then you have these.
Yes. These almost made mine, too.
So when I mentioned Sprewell, like when he first got there, they were still rocking the Mullins gear. The Sarunas Marshallonis,
Yes.
if I may pull out a European player. But then they switched to like this lightning bolt lance carrying knight guy.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
And this is another case of we're working in way too many colors. You have the dark blue. You've got yellow. You've got like an orange, and you've also got a red.
And
That is a lot.
this lightning bolt is trash. The number is way too big. The font is weird and again slanted in a weird way.
Yes.
I want to take a look at the backs because I don't remember what the player names look
I
like.
don't think the back was that terrible. I don't think. But again, it's been Antoine Jameson, Jesus. It's been a while. Like I've shut these out of my subconscious. You know, I think the back of the blue ones was kind of like that yellow, and you just had that font, which again, not good. Okay, yeah.
Look at this. The bolt is down one
the bolt
side.
down the side, yeah.
And then you got the knight. Like what does the knight have to
Where
do
did
with
he come
anything?
from? Right, where did
Who
he
is
come
this
from?
guy?
We just decided that was a thing that needed to happen.
You went from some of the cleanest gear in the league. Now, maybe not my favorite, but is clean. It
Yeah,
looked good. You
it's an
knew
okay
who was
look.
hitting the court.
Yes.
And, you have a solid color scheme. And it's just like, okay, I can get behind this. This
It
is
was
okay.
simple. It was simple.
And then you were like, let's 90s this up a little.
Then the 90s happened.
Ugh. Just
And-
ugh.
Yeah. That is not a good look. I remember when I see those, I think Antoine Jameson and Jason Richardson in the dunk contest, killing it, wearing these.
Wearing just absolute garbage.
Wearing these damn things. And the Jason Richardson dunk contest years were fun.
Yeah.
But
Ruined.
man,
Just absolutely ruined.
right. Why in these though? Because these clips are going to play for an eternity on NBA stuff, and they're going to be wearing these debacles. What the hell? Okay. Man.
Last one for you.
Okay. Give me okay. You know what? I'm going to go with the Dallas Mavericks
Ooh.
silver trash bag gear. I don't know if you remember those. But wow, were they poor. I almost threw in, because I have in there like basically all Christmas gear, which is just awful. In particular, 2013, when I think the Bulls and the Nets played each other on Christmas Day, and they had the sleeves and the big logo on the front. Awful. But yeah.
I forgot all about these.
They are very, very shiny. They're very, very in your face. These are basically like, they're comparable to the gold Wizards in a way.
Mm-hmm.
In that they are very, very, very shiny. Very shiny.
And again, like Dallas has solid gear in their repertoire.
Yeah, there's some
for the
okay
most
stuff.
part.
Right.
I mean, there's some truly great stuff. I think their city edition, like the
graffiti looking Mavs, yeah.
I'm into that.
Yep.
And you know, like the other Nowitzkis,
yeah,
are okay.
Yeah, they're fine.
But now that I'm looking at it, here you have airport code. No thanks. I'll pass. You even had like the first Jason Kids.
Yeah, they're okay.
Those are okay. The rest of this can go somewhere.
They're not good, man. They're not good. And it. Mark Cuban bought the team and kind of like revamped them, the gear. And I am so pro Mark Cuban.
Mm-hmm.
Great dude. But I don't know what he was thinking with these. Because when you see like, dude, in the summer, I'm trying to cut weight.
Yeah.
Let me put the trash bag on and put my arms out and go for
exactly
a jog.
What Steve Nash looks like right here.
That's what these are. They're just
he's trash bag jogger.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm not even against you having the like the gray alternate or the silver or whatever. But that shiny feel has to, if that wasn't there, these would be okay.
And you know what else though? Like, I don't know. I might be able to accept the color, but now that I'm looking at them, you know what really, really bothers me? This is stupid.
Nope.
Look how far over the numbers are. Firstly,
yes,
off-centered.
Yep.
And look how you've crammed Mavericks in here up at the top.
Yeah, dude, it's bad. I think you got to go, if you're gonna wear those. I think you got to go Dallas.
Right. Or
I think you have to.
Or even Mavs might work, but
yes,
I think Dallas probably works
fine.
Yeah, Dallas probably works better here.
It looks forced. You can't have it that is very, when you look at it, when you really, really eyeball it, that is very small for like font for like a team name. You know what I mean? If you take your kid to a basketball game, hey son, let's go watch some hoop, and he has no idea, you think he's going to be able to look down from the bleachers and go, yeah, okay, that's the Mavs down there.
No, man.
It's not good. It's not good.
Oh man. And again, Dallas is one of those teams that has okay gear throughout their history.
Right.
All right.
Those are the only ones that I find offensive.
All right. Well, we've talked about these so many times. If they don't come up here, then, I'm lying to myself.
I believe I have a clue.
All right. Please show me this awful
Dun, 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 dun.
Atlanta Hawks Dikembe Mutombo gear.
Yep.
Oh, dude, they're even worse when you look at them now.
They really are. And
because the homes, no, these are probably the aways.
Yeah, more than likely in the NBA.
But they're gradient.
Yep.
What are you doing?
They are. And you know what? When we first pull these up, which is something I kind of forgot about until looking at it again, when we pull up the picture here, my eye immediately went to the fact that the number on the front of the jersey is that's the first thing you see if you're going top to bottom, is the number. And I do not like that. I don't think you can go number than team name. It's just no.
Maybe if you put the number on the ball that the Hawk, who is on the entire front of the jersey,
and extends to the back.
That is so awful.
There is Forever Hawk.
Maybe the number on the ball works. And
yeah, that'd be fine.
Maybe you declutter it a little bit, and maybe it's not as embarrassing.
Unique, right.
But this is just an embarrassment. Like, the white ones aren't much better. They just they have the advantage of not being gradient.
Right. It's like they designed this, and somebody went, hey, you know what we forgot is kind of important? Oh, what's that? Yeah, the number is supposed to be up there. Oh, damn it. I just put it up there, throw it in up top.
Oh, my God. Look, I mean, oh, my God, that's bad. This is like obviously Mutombo's like the player. Like they scored him and suddenly they're the number one team in the East.
Right.
And let's see, who else?
Steve Smith.
Mookie Blaylock.
Mookie, yeah, man.
I mean, I think Ogman was there at this point. I think
this was when Ogman was there.
But, oh, dude,
they are.
That is just trash.
They are. That much like the Milwaukee Bucks. That is 90s right there.
That is so 90s.
They are just, you think 90s NBA, and that's one of the 10 polls you go to.
So,
you know,
I want to clear out my last two here.
Yep.
We didn't cross over, surprisingly, other than you had anything Cavs.
Yes, just fuck all the Cavs.
So I went with the Detroit Pistons, like the Grant Hills.
Yep.
Because, oh man, like the Pistons have such a classic look.
Yeah.
And like the Rodman era, like the Bad Boys, those are good looking.
Yes.
When Hill leaves and they get back to the finals, like that Ben Wallace era.
Yeah.
And even now, like the slightly more modernized version, it's just
clean.
A good, clean look.
Yep.
And it doesn't have like a big chest looking
There's
piece.
not a lot going on. Right.
Get that out of here.
You're not distracted when you look at it now.
And then I also have the Houston Rockets. When Barkley went over, they had Barkley, they had Pippen. It was like right after they went to the finals.
Yeah, man.
Those are some ugly, ugly uniforms.
They're gross. Those pinstripes are just atrocious. I don't know what the hell with that logo. And they had good gear like the Olajuwons.
Yeah, those are fun. Those are
awesome.
Good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And they go from that. That's another case of, you know what we're going to do? Let's overhaul the color scheme.
Yeah. Nope.
Why?
Why'd you do that?
It worked fine.
And then they bring in Yao, and like, that's how bad those were. Is the Yao era ones look good in comparison? Like I look back on the Yao ones now, and it's like, oof, not great.
Gross.
And I mean, now they have okay gear.
It's all right,
but it's like, you had Olajuwon era.
I can get behind it.
I'm into Barkley era. Get that shit out of here. Yao era. Get that shit out of here.
All the way. Yeah.
And now you're here.
Right now, it's content. Okay, so that's you emptied yours out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I also have the Sacramento Kings gold alternates, if you remember those, gold, purple, and white.
Oof.
But not like Laker gold. I'm talking like Wizards gold.
Oh, it never works.
It doesn't, dude.
I mean, strangely enough, the Kings is one place where it could.
Yeah,
because the name.
Yes,
but you're taking too much of a risk if you put gold out there.
It's a roll of the dice,
it's probably 90% chance of fail.
Right. Right. Especially the way they designed it. It's just awful. I also went Milwaukee Bucks 2018 City Edition.
Uh-oh.
That thing is a mess. There's yellow in there. Everything's off-centered. It looks like a checkerboard. It's a disaster. Again, Milwaukee Bucks yellow? Really? But predominant. All yellow and then some green and some red in there.
It's just wrong. That's just wrong.
Just all heavy.
Don't do that.
Heavy primary colors. And then, okay, that's all I've got as well. Aside from, I put most Christmas unis, parentheses, 2013 Bulls and Nets.
Yeah.
Because those to me were the most offensive of the bunch. But yeah, the Christmas get-ups every year, get them the hell out of here. That is like Thanksgiving football-wise, what it is for the NFL. You know what I mean? You have Christmas, you've got a bunch of eyes on you. You always marquee games on Christmas Day.
Let's put them in trash.
Let's just make them look foolish out here in front of everybody and their families. You know?
Why?
Just keep it the same.
The NBA as a whole has solid uniforms.
And they do a lot of cool stuff like these statement editions and the city editions.
Just come on.
Yes,
just be
they
smart
let teams
about it.
play with gear, right?
Just be smart.
But somebody needs to be there as a conscious to go,
hey, let's not put a giant deer on
right. Like, can we not, like, whole things don't need to be, we only have so much to work with. They don't even have sleeves for the most part.
Yeah.
We will give them sleeves on Christmas, though, and make them look like a fucking...
It's the worst.
Like, why? You're basketball. If you want to wear a sleeved undershirt, it looks stupid.
Yeah.
But you have that option. To put sleeves on the actual garment? Come on, man.
Don't do this to us.
Come on. What am I watching? What am I watching?
Oh, God. So there you have it. We want to hear from you and what you think, because maybe we missed some trash.
Oh, there's
It's
a lot
possible.
out there we didn't cover, but we need input.
Oh, I'm dying to hear other people's trash.
Yes.
Now, on the other end, we have some gold coming our way, Jerry. Gold.
Yes.
Without saying too much, hockey jerseys will be arriving.
100% cannot wait.
So we've been racking our brains for probably about a month and a half looking at these things.
Yes.
I finally landed on a Marty Brodeur.
Uh-huh.
I'm a Devs fan. I have zero Devs gear.
Right.
None.
You will now.
As long as I've been a Devils fan,
right.
no gear. I will now.
Yes.
And then I think the first time I saw it, I texted you, how am I supposed to walk past a Gretzky Oilers jersey?
You can't, man.
How do you walk past that? How do you go, oh, yeah, no.
Right. Yeah, I'll pass. Next. It's the great one, dude.
It's the great one on some of my favorite gear in history.
The Oilers have such a good look. And that is peak. That's before the Oilers got stupid. Because Gretzky left, and then they started playing around in the late 90s.
Like actually putting oil drops.
Yeah, a metallic oil drop. Like,
no.
Why does that oil drop look like that?
Don't do that, please.
Yeah, you had it right before. Stop playing.
But I had to get those. Had to.
You can't argue with them, man. And I almost went Marty. I did because I love your team's gear. I do. I ultimately went with the Blues alternates that were in my top 5 of my top 10. The 90s AF Blues sweaters that are now the alternates. They had Vladimir Tarasenko and Ryan O'Reilly. I went with Tarasenko because he was my first ever fantasy hockey draft pick. And
hey, whatever reason.
Right. Hey, it works. And he rocks the A for them, so I get a bonus patch on the front.
Hell yeah.
So it's like, okay, if I'm going to spend the money, why not put the A on the chest?
Yeah.
There's no difference to me between 90 and 91. What the hell?
Nope.
So Blues, and after much deliberation, ended up going with Erik Karlsson for the San Jose Sharks because we've talked about the Sharks, man.
It's so
love them.
It's next level gear.
The gear, dude, is I had to, and I kept like, okay, it's gonna be a little bit probably before the next order.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let me make sure I lock this down before I look back and go,
how did I not?
Why did I drop the ball?
Yeah.
Why? Like, I have to get it now.
What's funny is I was hardcore looking at that same jersey.
Yeah.
And then I stumbled across the Gretzky. And then I was like, well, do I get 3? I was like, I don't know if I can pull 3 off right now.
Right.
And so then it's do I go with San Jose or the Gretzky that I just stumbled on? So like it was a tough choice, believe me.
It's hard, man. It is. But I think whenever hockey sweater happens, you win. Like, I cannot wait to get these and bring these things over. I can't wait, dude.
And the weather now, like
dude,
today especially,
so great. Like when I woke up, I was like, yo,
it's hockey sweater time.
Yeah, like weekend.
Yes.
I'm not wearing one to work in a warehouse, but okay, let's get through this week and we're throwing the gear on. I don't care that there is no hockey right now and they're still trying to figure everything out. You know what I can still do? I can still rock gear around my house.
That's right.
And I can walk by a mirror and give myself one of these, one of the finger guns. Like, you know who looks cool? This guy. And because of this gear, if I wasn't in this, not so much, but the gear helps. That is why we are here.
Well, Corey, we said probably 30, more like 45.
67 minutes?
54.
Hey, we came in under an hour, though.
Hey, yeah. And that's why I said it. So let's I guess, start wrapping her. We would love to have you aboard. Follow us on Instagram at GearFreaksPod, on the Twitter at GearFreaksPod. If you're on Twitter, tag us at GearFreaksPod.
Yes.
Tag the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Get them out. Smoke them out with us.
We need to get them on the show.
Yes.
And also tag Renee Paquette because we love her and we would love to talk
100%.
Vegas Knights
Got to. It's a must.
I don't know why I'm singling her out of all the teams, all the people we could talk to about any team.
Yeah, but it's a natural fit, and Renee Paquette, and it's Vegas Knights.
Yes.
There's
It's
a
all
lot to
win.
do there. Right, exactly. Especially now they have gold ones, like, and she brings a different perspective to the table.
Yes.
Like, I would like to know, okay, where are you at with these?
Yeah.
These wallpapers. Like, you buying one?
Or are you going to buy the one that we predicted?
Right.
Which
exactly
comes out
last week.
the week. I'm trying to time travel in my head because I think this comes out like 2 weeks after that. I don't know.
At some point, kids, we properly predicted a third jersey. Go back to the episode where we talked about the Calgary, Vegas. Who's the other one? New hockey. Ottawa.
Yes.
That was the best of the bunch.
Yep.
We agreed, and somehow I thought of them left. New hockey sweater episode. Go back to that one because it's not like we batch record or anything. So at least, sometimes. Go back to that one. Justin and I nail the third alternate, and then eventually it came out the next day in the Discord that's like, hey, here it is.
Unreal.
Like, I feel like we, 10%.
We willed that to happen.
Yeah, like, we want to cut, man.
Do that.
We want to cut.
We will take a cut, please.
Yes. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So also, Corey mentioned go back and listen to that episode. You can do that on all podcast platforms. Subscribe, rate, comment, share. That's how we get better at this. That's how we get more people on board because we know we're not the only gear freaks around.
Not at all.
So
not at all.
Oh,
Tell your friends. Let's all talk gear.
Let's all talk gear together. And Winnipeg Blue Bombers, you know what you did.
Suckers!